Hi, we're Chris and Hilary Dorr. We live in Columbia, Missouri, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. We have 5 kids, and Chris works for a large agricultural company here in the area. So before we saw the Financial Fitness Challenge information, I was a saver, and he was a spender, and I was...
What? You were a hardcore saver.
I was a hardcore saver, and he was a hardcore spender. And so what that did... It caused a lot of stress in our relationship because I was saving, and what I was saving, he was spending on, you know, fun stuff that he wanted to spend it on. And so that was like in our relationship a lot because we weren't on the same page with finances. And so even though I was a saver and he was a spender, I still felt like we were doing pretty good in our finances because we didn't have any debt other than our mortgage. So we had already we'd paid off our cards. We had already paid off our student loans, so we didn't have any of that. We just had our mortgage when we saw this.
Yeah, and so basically I've always been an entrepreneur, and so I love the outdoors. I had an awesome waterfowl retriever, and so we started raising chocolate lab puppies. Sold a chocolate lab to a couple, Chris and Marcia Robinson. They came by, 6 months later after that, and shared this financial fitness program with us, the Financial Fitness Challenge. And Hilary was excited, and I really wasn't excited. I'd done a lot of stupid things in my past. I loved spending money, and I saw this as something that was going to stop me from living that life that I'd always wanted to live or was living. And it totally wasn't like that. We ended up, Hilary got involved with the challenge at first, kind of drug me along. We went to a seminar like it says to do in the first 30 days, and we saw 2 couples there that we knew that had testimonies of the Financial Fitness Program. They have good financial testimonies. And so that opened my eyes, my perspective, and we started to dig in. And we took the challenge, like seriously created habits in our life on a daily basis. And it's just totally changed our life financially. And one of the big things is what we were able to do with our mortgage.
Well, and so I'll talk about that in just a second. And what Chris saw was, like he said, he saw it as it was going to restrict his spending. And so what we learned in the Financial Fitness Challenge program is that it doesn't have to restrict your spending. You just have to be smart about your spending so you know where your money goes. But what we did was, as I was looking through our finances and looking at all the numbers and stuff, I realized that we were paying $22 a day in interest
$22 a day
on our mortgage. And I was like, I do not like that.
When she says like it's like serious talk, right?
I mean business.
She means business. So we put a game plan together. I looked over it with her, and we took it to our coach and mentor, and they said, yeah, it looks great, work on it. And so we went to work. We ended up paying off our mortgage 22 years early, had a mortgage burning party, had so much fun. And then probably about a year and a half after that, we had no kids when we built this house in Columbia that we paid off. And all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden we had 5 kids in that house. It was getting pretty small. So it was creating stress in our life again as a family. And so what we were able to do is, let's see if we can find a house that we don't have to get back into debt for. We can just take the money when we sell the house and buy another house. But we couldn't find anything that really met our needs, what we were looking for. But we found a house. But it was, it was out of our budget that we were looking for. We were going to have to get back into debt, get another mortgage. But we had money in the bank, and we were able to make choices. We had choices, we had options. And so the house that we're standing in here today, we were able to put in an offer on. It got accepted. And now, because of the Financial Fitness Program, because of the fact that we worked on getting out of debt when we started the challenge, and now, and then having the money in the bank, being diligent in our saving, and now today, just knowing that we're raising our kids in the environment that we choose to raise our kids in, not because we had to fit them into a certain area or a certain budget, a house or whatever, but we're able to raise our kids in the environment that we want. We've got some acreage, just being able to let them run outside and have a great time. It's just been so awesome, and just living a legacy so that you can be a legacy, so that you can leave a legacy. And that's what the Financial Fitness Program has done for us and for me. And I never would have seen that when we started the challenge.
Well, and that's the thing too. I would have never thought that someone like us could pay off their house 22 years early, it's kind of unheard of. I would have never thought that we could do that. And so the Financial Fitness Challenge, the principles in the green box help you walk through what you need to do to get your finances on track to be able to do things like that. And I didn't realize, because I thought we were doing okay, you know, because we didn't have any debt other than our house. But it didn't even cross my mind when I said yes to the Financial Fitness Challenge that we could pay off our house. And just like Chris said, that has provided us lots of opportunities to provide the life that we want for our kids, when before we weren't able to do that. And so this has changed the course of our life. Having the Financial Fitness Challenge in our life has changed the course of our life, and has changed the legacy that we will leave with our kids. And another unforeseen benefit that has happened with us is we got on the same page with our finances. Yeah. And then what that did is it leaked into other areas of our life. So then we got more on the same page with our marriage and with our parenting and how we want to raise our kids. And it has just changed our life forever. And so I know that if you take the challenge and you go through the principles and you apply them, that can happen for you too.
Yeah, so what we recommend is take the challenge.
Take the challenge!
Take the challenge.
Do
it's
it!
Totally going to change your life. And it's going to be awesome seeing you at the next live event and hearing your story about what the Financial Fitness Challenge has done for you.
Right. We
We'll
love hearing your stories.
Yes.
See you then.
You got it.
I got it.